Hello and welcome to Aspirants Study Circle. This initiative is brought to you keeping in mind October 16th preliminary exam. So, October 16th preliminary exam mundu, we will try to cover as many questions as possible, as many preliminary bits as possible. So, without wasting any time, let's move on. So, the first question is recently India has overtaken which of the following country to become fifth largest? మీరు ఇక్కడ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సింది fifth largest economy in the world. So, you could answer UK. So, what you have to remember here is this is in terms of nominal GDP. Nominal GDP prakaram manadi fifth highest. And with respect to purchasing power parity, ours is third highest. Okay, now the difference between nominal GDP and real GDP is nominal GDP takes into consideration inflation, and this is at constant prices. So these are the basic terms with respect to this question. So remember, it is UK, and remember that we are now the fifth largest economy in the world with respect to nominal GDP. Now that is question number 1. Let's move on to question number 2. Now, according to Agricultural Action Plan of 21-22 of Telangana receives a normal rainfall of 905.4 mm per year. See, this is again a bit in itself, 905.4 mm. ఇప్పుడు క్వశ్చన్ ప్రకారం వాట్ ఈస్ ద సీజన్ వైజ్ బ్రేకప్? సో కామన్ సెన్స్ ప్రకారము సౌత్ వెస్ట్ మాన్సూన్ విల్ బి హైయెస్ట్, next highest will be northeast monsoon. Remember these figures also, 720, 125. Now hot weather will be the third highest because we have rainfall, more rainfall in summer than in winter. Summer lo manaku pade varshalu, that is known as convectional rainfall. This is because of intense heating. So convectional rainfall. So the correct code over here is, yes, this is right, this is right. Winter season the least, yes, and C3 and D4. So the right answer is 1. Moving on to the next question. Now consider the following statements regarding identification of child labor. Okay, so the Ministry of Women and Child Development is conducting a rescue operation with respect to child labor during regular special drives. Rescue operation will be conducted by assistant labor officers. So the right answer over here is only 2. So the department that is conducting here with respect to rescue operation of child labor is Labor Department. Okay, and anything with respect to child is done keeping in mind Child Labor Prohibition and Regulation Act of 1986. So anything with respect to child labor is done keeping in mind this act, which is in 1986. Okay, this is question number 3. Question number 4. Central theme of economic survey of 21-22 is. So here with a clever guess we can say that it is Agile Approach. Why Agile Approach? Agile ante fast, quick. Why? It is because our response to COVID-19 pandemic shock, and fastga we have to cope with things. So the main agenda is to create feedback loops, real-time monitoring. So if you are able to do this, then you will be able to minimize your losses and optimize your gains. And that is the reason why central theme of economic survey is Agile Approach. That is question number 4. Now let's move on to question number 5. Now this is chala static, chala gurtupeట్టుకోవాల్సినవి. So second, information and communication technology policy of Telangana consider the following statements with respect to innovation and ఇక్కడ and entrepreneurship ecosystem. So the first statement is to provide institutional support అంటే through banks, through various financial institutions, through policies of the government. So adi institutional support antaru. So to provide institutional support to over 8,000 startups. 8,000 startups. Now to attract over rupees 10,000 crore ante funding lepali. So how can that be done? Through corporate funding, through funding from international sources. So all of this to attract 10,000 crore funding. Now, to set up a fund of rupees 1,300 crore. Now, this will be done by the government. 1,300 crore. This will be to attract. This is the aim, objective. This is done with the government, but keeping in mind grassroots innovation fund. Grassroots innovation fund ki ee 1,300 crores nunchi 100 crores will be provided to grassroots innovation fund. So here all of the statements are correct. So this is a very important policy, second ICT policy. Remember the figures. 8,000 startups, 10,000 crore to attract investments of 10,000 crores. And here to set up a fund of 1,300 crore, of which up to 100 crore will be given to grassroots innovation funds ante ఊర్లలో విలేజెస్లో ఎంఎస్ఎంఈ సెక్టర్కి రిలేటెడ్ అయిన ఏవైతే ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్ ఉంటాయో వాటి గురించి గ్రాస్ రూట్ ఇన్నోవేషన్ ఫండ్. నౌ దట్ ఇస్ క్వశ్చన్ నంబర్ 5. లెట్స్ మూవ్ ఆన్ టు క్వశ్చన్ నంబర్ 6. జిఎస్డిపి ఆఫ్ తెలంగాణ, గ్రాస్ స్టేట్ డొమెస్టిక్ ప్రోడక్ట్ ఆఫ్ తెలంగాణ గురించి. సో అట్ కాన్స్టెంట్ ప్రైసెస్ ఇట్ గ్రూ బై 11.2% in 21-22. So constant prices ki there has to be a base year. So the base year that we consider for calculation of GDP is 2011-12. We consider this as the base year. Anduke deenni constant prices ani antaru. So this it grew, our Telangana state grew by 11.2%. That is statement number 1. Statement number 2, GSDP of Telangana at constant price is lower than India's GDP at constant price in 21-22. This is wrong. Why? Our growth, Telangana state growth rate is 11.2%. And India's growth rate during the same period of 21-22 is 8.7. So it is less. So it is not lower kaadu. So you have to identify which is incorrect. So if they are asking what is incorrect, so the answer will be 2, because this statement is incorrect. That is question number 6. Now question number 7. Netra Project is related to track space debris, free treatment with respect to eye surgeries, surveillance operations by India and other countries, surface to surface missile. So here the correct answer is tracking of space debris. So the concept behind this is space situational awareness. So our ISRO had come up with this project to track small objects in the space of even 10 centimeters. Okay, so it will help ISRO to predict any harm or any threat that may affect Indian satellites. So Indian satellites chala unnai kadandi. So you have to track all these debris. So for safe tracking, for safe, so ee debris valla emi effect avvodu Indian satellites ki. That is the main aim of this Netra project. That is question number 7. Now question number 8. So is with regards to Asara pension scheme. So who are the following beneficiaries that are covered under Asara pension scheme? Senior citizens, disabled persons, widows, people living with HIV, single women. So here the answer is all of the above. So additional information enti ante, see, mundu 200 nunchi now the pension has been increased to 2016 per month. సో ఈ 2016 per month ఇంక్రీజ్ అయింది ఎవరు అంటే సీనియర్ సిటిజన్స్. ఎస్. దాని తర్వాత విడోస్, దాని తర్వాత హెచ్ఐవి పేషెంట్స్, ఓకే, అండ్ హ్యాండ్లూమ్ వర్కర్స్ అండ్ టాడీ ట్రాపర్స్కి కూడా 200 to 2016 per month ఇంక్రీజ్ చేయబడింది. నౌ ద హైయెస్ట్ ఇంక్రీజ్, సో ఫర్ డిజేబుల్డ్ పర్సన్ from 500 to 3016 rupees. So this can be a bit. So highest is for person with disabilities. Okay. And another thing is the government has reduced the age limit. It has reduced the age limit for Ashna pensioners from 65 to 57. So this is again an important fact. Now that is question number 8. Let's move on to question number 9. Now these are the statements that have been given. So it got its name after its sculptor. A statue of Nandi at this temple looks as if it watches us from any direction. It was constructed on a monolith, ante single rock, lith ante rock, mono ante single rock, monolith in 1213 AD. We all know that the answer is Ramappa. సో ఇక్కడ మనకు కొన్ని ఫ్యాక్ట్స్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ కన్స్ట్రక్టెడ్ ఆన్ అ మోనోలిత్ బై రాచర్ల రుద్ర ఇన్ 1213. ఓకే, అండర్ ద కాకతీయ రూలర్ గణపతి దేవా. ఓకే, ఇంకొకటి ఏంటంటే శాండ్ బాక్స్ టెక్నిక్. ఓకే, శాండ్ బాక్స్ టెక్నిక్ ఆఫ్, ఎందుకంటే ఇట్ అపియర్స్ దట్ ద బ్రిక్స్ ఆర్ ఫ్లోటింగ్. So the bricks are floating. So this is with respect to sandbox technique. And another thing that you have to remember is this UNESCO heritage site status to Ramappa Temple makes it 39th overall India. So UNESCO heritage site. So UNESCO heritage site number 39th is our own Ramappa Temple, and it is the first in both Telugu states. Heritage site anedi, it is the first in both Telugu states. So these are the things that you have to keep in mind. Now moving on to the 10th question. Consider the following statements about golden langur. It is listed as endangered on IUCN list of threatened species. The Western Ghats serves as their primary habitat. The threat they face is due to electrocution, deforestation, habitat loss. So here the first statements, yes, it is endangered. The primary habitat is not Western Ghats. This is a wrong statement. It is primarily transboundary regions of Bhutan. So Bhutan daggara in the foothills, at the foothills of Himalayas near river Manas, Sankosh and Brahmaputra. So this is the region of golden langur. Okay, this is the region of golden langur. So second statement B anedi wrong. So B anedi తీసేస్తే A and C. So the threat they face due to electrocution and deforestation and habitat loss. So A and C are right. So these are the 10 questions for today. Thank you. Comment any topics that needed to be covered. మీకు ఏమైనా టాపిక్స్ ఉంటే మీకు ఇంపార్టెంట్ అనిపించినవి వాటిని డిస్కస్ చేయాలి, వీటి నుంచి క్వశ్చన్స్ కావాలంటే we can post those questions. Thank you.